Hi guys, how's everyone doing? Hope everyone's good. We've got Bagwell says, how's it going? Yeah, not too bad. Saturday, bank holiday, can't really complain. Harry says, hello, how are you? Yeah, not too bad. It's hot, man. It's hot. Hence the portable fan. I think these are designed for grandmas and shit, but I don't care. Fucking amazing. But yeah, good. Just fucking boiling hot. 3G says, sup, mate. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm good. Not too bad. Just feeling really fucking hot. But yeah, all good other than that. How about you? How's things going with you? I haven't done footy today because I've been in my band. Oh, interesting. I didn't know you were in a band. Do you play an instrument or do you sing or what do you do in this band? This is new information, but this is good information. Mana Frog says, have you seen this man's mural? I have. It's one of the nicest ones I've kind of seen so far. I might bring it up in a bit. I think it's opposite the Robbie Fowler mural, and that one's really nice as well, with kind of all the flowers and all that. So yeah, I'll bring that up in a bit. Oh my god, they're doing a little they're doing a goodbye for Carlo Ancelotti, and they've got like his face in flowers, and it's like he's dead. You know how like sometimes they make at funerals? It looks like one of those. Play the bass guitar. Okay, nice. Posting the video on my channel. Okay, well I'm definitely gonna check that out. What song or what songs were you playing? What type of music do you like as well? Bass guitar is quite difficult to play. I'm okay with the piano, but I struggle with the guitar. I don't have the dexterity in my fingers. We made a pop rock song. Oh, nice. In what kind of style? Like Avril Lavigne style, Green Day style. Although I guess that's more kind of pop punk. But yeah, looking forward to seeing the video of your bass performance. Liverpool Goals TV, aka Red Rebellion, I think, says, how are you? How is that Wirtz news we received? mind blown. To be fair, it's a shocker, and I felt like you were one of the few people who actually believed it at the time. I was like, yeah, he's probably just using us, but I think you were quite adamant that he was gonna sign. Yeah, I had a feeling. Yeah, Red Rebellion. But yeah, crazy. It looks like it's almost done. We'll chat about that a bit later because it'll probably be more interesting than this game. I've got a feeling it's going to be cheaper. I've got a feeling it's going to be cheaper than what everyone's saying. You know what everyone's saying, 120 million? I reckon it will be just under 100. Again, not based on any factual data or anything. I just think, kind of given he's got 2 years left on his contract, and kind of given how shrewd our leadership structure is, I think we're going to get a really good deal. Because remember when McAllister signed, and all the media was saying, yeah, it's 60 million, and then a few days later they said, yeah, it's 50 million, and then a few days later they said, oh, it's actually 40 million, and then it turned out to be 35 million. I think it'll be cheaper, which is a good thing. But I think we'll get a good deal on this. But yeah, I'm looking forward to kind of seeing where he plays, kind of how he plays. You can definitely make the argument that he's one of the top prospects in Europe. I mean, he's a prospect and he's mature, which is a bit, which is not a bit weird, but a bit of a positive. He's only just kind of turned 22, 2-footed, good shot, good pass, got a bit of everything to his game. Presumably he has a good attitude as well, which is why we're signing him, which I think is super important. But yeah, we'll go into that a bit later. Derwood says, good morning / afternoon. It's just about afternoon, yeah. But good morning to you, I think. How's it going? How's your weekend going? Is it raining as you predicted? Or is the weather a bit better? We had a lot of rain overnight, so my plants got a lot of water. But right now it's very hot, so I've got a portable fan with me. Things you gotta do. Just a random style, waiting for the band to make a title to make a title for it. Nice. So you're making up your own style, and then you're gonna come up with a band name. Exciting times. But yeah, I'll definitely check out that video once you posted it. Liverpool goals. I need to stop saying. I was about to say Red Rebellion. It says, "Who cares what he costs?" Lol. This is a new Coutinho on steroids. Yeah, that's a good way of describing it. Hopefully, he's on so many steroids that he doesn't get back pain. But yeah, exciting times. I mean, I'm just excited for kind of pre-season, just to see how all of this is going to fit together, because we're going to have Frimpong, probably going to have Kirkes, going to have Wirtz, probably going to have a striker as well, probably going to have a new midfielder as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to kind of seeing how all of this works. Some people have Wirtz on the left, some people have Wirtz central, some people have Wirtz up top. I mean, I guess that's his I guess that's the benefit of his versatility. He can play multiple positions. He's two-footed as well, which is also kind of very nice. Durwood says no rain yet. Okay, good to hear. Good to hear. Hopefully that continues. So this game is kicked off. On the mural, who was it that mentioned the mural? Manor Frog. Have you seen this man's mural? I've got it up. Let me try bringing that up. Okay, that was actually an accident. That Ange was actually an accident. Why is it showing Ange? Give me a second. It shouldn't be showing Ange. Jeez, why is it showing Ange Postecoglou? Technical difficulties. There you go. So yeah, this is the mural that Manor Frog was referring to. I actually really like this. Like I know it's quite easy to say that about kind of most things, but like I think the artwork on this one in particular is pretty amazing, especially how they've kind of built the kind of folds into the shirt there. I think that's amazing. And it's even kind of going up, like across the windowsill there. Virgil went to see it. See, he seems very happy about it, so that's a positive. And he's even signed it. Nice. Yeah, that one might be one of my favorites. That one's really nice. There's the Robbie Fowler one, I think, is also very nice. The Salah one's quite good. The Firmino one as well. So yeah, quite a few nice looking murals around there. Harry says it's uploaded now. Nice. Is that on your gaming channel? I'll try checking that out. Let me just make a note so I don't forget. Okay, I've made a note. We'll check that out. Liverpool Goals TV says, I don't drink much, but today I decided to kick back, relax, and have a few cold ones. It's good just to let it go at times. Yeah, I hear ya. It's good to kind of relax occasionally. Even professional athletes have cheat days. I mean, just take the Liverpool team, for example. I think they've been partying in Dubai and various locations for the past few weeks. So, yeah. All we're doing is following their example. But yeah, everyone needs a break here and again, should I say? Modric is playing. I think this might be his last game for Real Madrid. He did all he could to stay, didn't he? Offered to sign a new contract, offered to take a pay cut. But they were like, nah. Harry says it's gaming / music. No, nice. Are you going to rename it to Harry's Gaming and Music Tutorials, or will you keep it as it is? But no, I'm excited to check that out. That's one of my kind of regrets from kind of school days, not really playing an instrument. I've bought one recently. I've bought like a keyboard piano thing recently that I practice on. But no, it's really, really good. It's one of those skills that kind of stays with you for life. Durwood says, how are you feeling about your favorite player winning young player and opening the pitch for children, top-notch player? Yeah, all of that stuff's very positive. So firstly, about him winning the young player. What was the specific award? I did see that on like Twitter, but Twitter's been an unstable mess recently. I don't know if it's been the same for you guys. I mean, I don't really like Twitter in general, given who owns it, but it's been kind of very, very slow. So when I clicked on the news story, it didn't load up. It's this man over here. Ryan Gravenberch named Premier League Young Player of the Season. I love how he just got a little floating head there. That was a nice touch. Ryan Gravenberch is the 2024-2025 Premier League Player of the Season. So it's like the official award. It's not like the Coca-Cola. It's not like the Walmart award. It's like the official one. The Dutchman was today confirmed as the winner of the prize, acknowledgement of his outstanding campaign in a new role in the Reds' league-winning side. A 2023 signing from Bayern Munich. He switched to a deeper position. Yep. He took the accolade by finishing top of a shortlist that also featured Liam Delap. Yeah, he's been better than Delap. He's been better than Elanga. He's been better than Housen. Is Cole Palmer still young? How old's Cole Palmer? Cole Palmer's 23. I mean, does that still... I mean, I guess he was 22 in the season, but never mind. I mean, Gravenberch is probably a similar age. João Pedro, Morgan Rogers, and William Salibas. Yeah, I'm super happy about that, Durwood. He deserves it. He deserves it. For me, he's been the player of the season, not the young player of the season. But I'll take it. I mean, fully deserved for a player who was kind of basically on the fringes last year, and for a player who a lot of people were saying, why did we buy him? I'm super happy for him. This time is kind of completely wrong. Just fix that. I appreciate... Oh, bollocks, what we've done. Let me fix that. There we go. Yeah, and regarding him opening the kind of field for the kids again, that's amazing. He spent his own money on it. Didn't have to do that, so that shows the importance of good character as well. Sociedad just had a 1-on-1 and completely fluffed it up. I've changed it to Harry's gaming tutorials and music. Nice. Looking forward to you branching out, and yeah, looking forward to some kind of music stuff on there. I will definitely check it out. That's my kind of music, kind of poppy rock stuff. I don't really like. I'm not really a huge rap music guy or like a hip hop guy. I know looks are deceiving. I like poppy rock, that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'll check it out. Liverpool Goals TV says, what are the chances Nunes goes to Atletico Madrid and Alvarez makes his way to us? It seems a rather far-fetched idea, but we did make the move last summer for Alvarez. Yeah, I hear you. And I hear you with the description of far-fetched. It just feels a bit too... It feels a bit too neat and tidy. You know what I mean? It feels like we're killing multiple birds with one stone. Like, I appreciate we want Alvarez, but do they actually want Nunes? It just feels too tidy. Again, maybe we're just getting a bit maybe we're suffering PTSD from previous windows. But if they do want him, then we should be all over that. I think Alvarez is a quality. Nunes would take Nunes as they have interest in him. Atletico, you mean? I think, yeah. I mean, if they're interested in him, let's do it. But it depends on the fee. I guess the flip side, and I guess the other side of the argument is, Atletico don't really seem like a club who have a lot of money. I appreciate they spent 85 on Alvarez, but how much have they got for this season? So if it's a case where Atletico would give us 40, but Saudi would give us 70, then Darwin better learn Arabic, because we can basically double our money. But yeah, I've heard Saudi are still interested. I've heard Napoli are still interested. Nunes strikes me as someone who'll just take whatever. So let's get the most money for him. Sheffield United 1-0 up. Nice. Is that the promotion game there? Videos, not tutorials. Yeah, that makes sense. So Harry's gaming and music videos. Makes sense. Atletico would take Nunes. Atletico have an interest in Nunes, no lies. Yeah. If they have an interest in him, that's positive, because we've got an interest in their player, hopefully, and they've got an interest in our player. The only thing is, do Atletico value him at what the Saudis value him? That's the only thing. You know what I mean? Like, if Atletico value him at 40, but Saudis value him at 70, then I'd kind of... Mbappe fluffs it off. Then I'd kind of favour a Saudi move. But the flip side is Atletico might then turn around and say, hey, you didn't give us Nunes, so you're not going to have Alvarez. You know what I mean? It's tricky. It's very tricky. But I think above all, I'm really glad, I'm really happy to see that a lot of the business is being done early, so the players can have a full pre-season. None of this, a player coming in on the 5th of August and then we have to hear all season, oh, so-and-so didn't have a pre-season, therefore so-and-so is not playing. Like, we're being more proactive this year, getting everyone in, letting them meet the squad, letting them get used to the facilities, letting them find a house, and then giving them a full pre-season. Like, this is how an organized club moves. This is how a organized club moves that has a strategy and a plan. I think in previous years we haven't really had a plan. So I'm hoping to see more deals wrapped up soon. And the other positive of that is when pre-season starts, we can be super excited because we can see a full team rather than last year's team plus one. It's never as fun seeing that, isn't it? So we can in some ways kind of enjoy a full pre-season together. And the other good thing about pre-season is on the Liverpool website, they show all the pre-season games on the Liverpool website. I think it's like £5 a month. But like if you just get it for 1 month, it's just £5. Maybe it's $5 in the US. So yeah, I'll definitely kind of sign up for that, and yeah, we'll do some watch-alongs for that. I won't lie, I'm more excited for Liverpool pre-season than this Real Madrid game over here. So yeah, it should be good. Look, I'm looking forward to it. Yes, promotion. There was a great save in the second minute. Nice. So hopefully, it's Sheffield United versus, who is it? It's someone else with an S, isn't it? Sunderland, that's it. Yeah, I hope we're witnessing which team will pip Man United by an additional place next year. You know what I mean? I feel like Man United were very lucky this year because the three teams below them were absolutely atrocious. But these teams coming up, they look like they've got a bit more bite and they've got a bit more fight about them. So Man United need to watch this very closely. A Liverpool Goals TV says, I really enjoy your streams. Calming effect. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. And similarly, I appreciate you guys being here as well. You guys have a calming effect on me also. It's good to talk to people who are, how do I phrase this? Have their own opinions, but also kind of do it in a kind of respectful way. It makes things a lot better. Just kind of no nonsense. Everyone kind of gets on, and if everyone disagrees, that's fine as well. But yeah, it definitely has a calming effect on me as well, which is partly why I'm doing this Real Madrid versus Sociedad game. There's no chance I would have done this I would have even watched this game last year. But it's nice to talk to everyone and kind of catch up with everyone. Sunderland, that's the one. I've heard some rumours that a certain Jordan Brian Henderson may be going back there. And I've also heard some rumours that this same Jordan Brian Henderson might be joining Gerrard as a coach. But yeah, that'll be one to kind of keep our eyes on. I was doing a bit of digging today. If you look at this, these are some of Florian Wirtz's metrics, and I really want to emphasize the fact that these are just some of his metrics. Sometimes I find like people stick these graphs on the screen and they say, "Oh my God, this guy's absolutely amazing. He's the best thing ever. Look, he's in the upper percentile." But like for as part of work, like I've done kind of data modeling in the past. What we're kind of seeing here, this is a data model, but it's a very limited data model, purely because there's not very many attributes there, if you know what I mean. So if we look at this kind of passes attempted, he's in the 98th percentile. Successful take-ons, he's in the 96th percentile. What I'd expect is kind of Liverpool internally, they have for each position, again I presume, for each position, so for goalkeeper, for right back, for left back, they've probably built a similar data model, which is the profile that they look for a specific player, but it'll be way bigger than this. You'll have things in there like, how many times does he control the ball with the outside of his foot? How many times does he take it on his weak foot? The Liverpool kind of internal data model could also contain attributes such as how often is the player late to training, that sort of thing. But the concept that we're kind of seeing here is quite similar. And it's looking quite good for Wirtz here. Attempts a lot of passes, a lot of kind of successful take-ons. The other thing we need to kind of be careful of with respect to this is kind of how they're defining each category, if you know what I mean. So a successful take-on is a number of defenders taken on successfully by dribbling past them. Unsuccessful take-ons include attempts where the dribbler retained position but was unable to get past the defender. But see, that would be my kind of pushback on that type of data attribute is, let's say you do a successful take-on, i.e. you beat a defender, but then if you then lose the ball 1 second later by the second defender, can you really class that as a successful take-on? And is it really a valuable attribute of data? But nevertheless, I'm probably being a bit too picky. But I mean, this looks pretty good as far as I can see. We also have to kind of consider the league that he's in. We also have to kind of consider the opposition he's coming up against. We also have to kind of consider the team that he's in, his teammates. But looking at this as a segregated bit of data, it's positive. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to pre-season. I don't know how you guys feel, but in terms of kind of pre-season, I was gonna say I haven't looked forward to a pre-season this much in a long time, but I might say I don't recall another pre-season in my life that I've been looking forward to quite this extent. Leeds and Burnley ended up with 100 points, Sheffield 90 points, and Sunderland 76. Wow! So if Sunderland get through here, that would feel like a bit of an injustice to a certain degree, given that they're 14 points behind. Aman Swold, aka Scarface, says, have you ever played Football Manager? A very addictive and time-consuming game. I have. I go through like certain years, Aman, where like I play like Football Manager 2022. I'll just play it. You know what I mean? Like I'll crank up like hundreds of hours. But then the next year I'll be like, you know what? I'll buy 2023, but then I won't play it as much. So there's certain years where like I get really into it, and there's certain years where I don't. But yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy kind of Football Manager. It's a good way of kind of passing the time. The downside is you will go to sleep really late. So you'll be like, oh, you know what, one more game, and then you know when you've done that one more game, then you'll be like, oh, the transfer window is gonna open soon, so let me just open the transfer window and get some players in, and then you're about to go to sleep, and it's like 2 a.m. at this point, and then you're like, oh, I just want to sell this player, so then I can then bring in another player. And then it's 4 a.m. And that's nice and all, but then you got work in an hour. So it's good, very addictive. I enjoyed it. Sheffield 2-0 up. That's probably justified, given they had 90 points there. Liverpool Goals says, we are getting our bread buttered on both sides as Wirtz and Frimpong link up well too. Yeah, it's the good butter as well. It's not the cheap one. It's the expensive one. So yeah, getting our bread buttered on both sides, getting our bread toasted on both sides. What more could we want? And I guess the bread's also getting buttered on the left-hand side, given that we should kind of have Kirkes soon. Aman says, I do the same. Yeah, I hear you. That's it, Nate. It's the Lurpak. I was thinking, what's that like super expensive butter? But like I couldn't think of it at the time. Wasn't it Lurpak? That's gone up to like £6.50 now. It's insane. I'll keep it. I'll stick to the own brand butter. Like I ain't paying £6.50. Words to Liverpool looking done. Yeah, I'm still in. I perhaps wouldn't say in shock, but I'm still kind of highly surprised. But in a good way. We were just kind of talking about Wirtz a bit earlier, thinking about where he can fit in. He can play number 10. He can play on the left. He can play central as a striker. So I think, given that Wirtz looks like it will be done in a few days, we're excited to see how pre-season plays out and how this team's going to look. I've got a feeling as well on Wirtz. I've got a feeling that it's going to be cheaper than a lot of the media is reporting. And again, I don't have any evidence of that. I'm not a media person. I work in technology. So I don't really know. But I got a feeling it's going to be less than 120. And that's a good thing. So that might irritate some people, but I think the cheaper we can get him for, the better. Liverpool Gold said Championship Manager was the most addictive game ever. It was, man. Especially in my earlier years, like in my 20s, like I'd be on that. The thing is as well, like in your 20s, you don't have as many responsibilities. So you can just be playing that game all day. And the thing is, when you're going to sleep at night, and you're just sleeping, in your head, you're thinking, okay, if I sell that guy, I mean, that will give me 30 million and then I can buy that Brazilian guy. So it'll be on your mind the whole day. You'll be sitting on the train. You'll be sitting at school or work, and you'll be thinking about transfers. It's a good game. And the funny thing is as well, it's like 30 quid. Where else can you get like a year's worth of entertainment for £30? Like cinema these days is £30 for 1.5 hours. I never slept playing that game. Yeah, and like even when you're kind of slowly falling asleep, you're still thinking about what transfers you can make. It takes over your life, but in a somewhat positive way, because I think you learn about data, you learn about analytics, you learn about kind of data modeling. So it does have a positive. That's the excuse that I used to use on my parents. But I assure you there's a level of merit in there. Aman says the best butter is grass-fed cows Kerry Gold. Is that the green one? Sorry, it's the gold one with the green lettering on it. Much better for you than all the others. I might check that out then. I might have to check that out. Provided it's not Lurpak prices, as Nate mentioned. I might have to check that out. Nate says, I'm sure this isn't my club. We never spend like this. I feel like a lot of outgoings are taking place. And you've said there as well, Nunes, Jota, Tsimikas and Kelleher all linked with moves. Yeah. It doesn't feel like our club, but I'm glad this is happening. If we kind of cast our mind back to last year, we had a management change in Arne Slot, and we had an organizational structure change. So Michael Edwards came in as the kind of CEO of football. Below him, we had Julian Ward, who's the technical director. Below him, we have Richard Hughes, who's the sporting director. And then below him, we have Arne Slot, who's the head coach. So instead of the manager being like the be-all and end-all now, the hierarchical structure we have in place has like a CEO at the top. Of course, John Henry's at the top, but I'm talking from a Liverpool concept. CEO at the top, technical director just below him, sporting director just below him, and the manager in some ways is like level 4. So there's this whole kind of structure above them who I think are facilitating the moves. You know what I mean? And I think another positive is this whole structure above the manager doesn't have the personal relationship with the players, so they can take the kind of personal aspect out of it. You know what I mean? And just sell players in a more kind of data-driven way, because they don't know the people personally. Like if I knew Tsimikas and I was best mates with Tsimikas because I see him on the training pitch every day, I'd find it a lot harder to sell him than if I was Michael Edwards, who doesn't really know him personally. So I think that helps. And I think additionally, when this kind of management structure came in last year, one of their big talking points is we want to assess the squad first. And we want to assess the squad first, and then we'll do stuff. And a lot of people were concerned, myself included, to be fair. I'm not going to sit on my high horse. I perhaps wasn't as concerned and screaming about it like most people were. As you can tell, I don't really scream about this shit. But I was semi-concerned last year that we didn't make any moves. But they said, we're going to assess the squad first, see what works and see what doesn't work, and then we'll make moves. So I think they're doing what they said. With respect to the outgoings, there could be even more than that, you know. I mean, Kwanzaa could go, Elliot could go. So when we kind of tallied up, Diaz could also maybe go. When we kind of tallied up how much money we'd get from outgoings, it was over 200 million. And given that Wirtz is going to be 100 million-ish, we've still got a lot of money to spend, I think. So yeah, it's exciting times. Yeah, that one. I've never tried it, but you're saying it's good. And Der was also saying that butter is so good they sell it at Aldi here. I think I'm missing out. all the chat is saying that's the best butter. So I'll have to do some digging. Should we do some digging here? I'm just gonna see if they got it in Tesco. It's a football stream. This was a football stream, but now it's a butter stream. This one here. I'm being helped with my shopping. £2.90. That's all right, you know. £2.90 is a decent price. Milk from Irish fed grass cows. It's got really good reviews. Look at that. 4.8 stars, man. 4.8 stars. Well, what are the reviews saying? Absolute brilliant, real butter. People are sending kisses. The butter's that good. Tastes like proper butter. All right, guys. You guys are you guys are convinced me. You guys are convinced me. My next time I go shopping, I'll get some, and I'll report back. Liverpool Goals TV says the biggest change is Michael Edwards coming back as CEO. This guy has revolutionized us. He has revolutionized us. I think our biggest period of success, which was 2017 to kind of 2020, that period, it's when he was kind of making the moves. And I say this as a compliment, but he's a stereotypical nerd with a mean streak. And in many cases that can be annoying, but I think in the context of being a football CEO, those are two of the perhaps most valuable attributes. So he's a data nerd. He's familiar with data models. He's familiar with kind of I presume he's familiar with algorithms. What I presume Michael Edwards has done is he's probably built his own kind of algorithm for each position regarding what they look for in a right back, what they look for in a left back, what they look for in a goalkeeper. And then he runs that algorithm based on the data of what actual players do. So I reckon he's kind of geeked it up. But the flip side is he's also quite ruthless. So from a footballing perspective, if existing players are not really coming at the top of his algorithm anymore, he says, you know what, let's get rid. So it helps. It's nice. Nate says, I'd hate to see Elliot go. Chiesa too injury prone. Yeah, there's a lot of love for Elliot in the chat. Elliot's Durwood's favorite player as well. I like Elliot. I like his attitude. I just get like a good feeling from him. There was that video where he was making fun of Harry Kane, and that's like one of my favorites. I won't repeat what he said because he got in trouble for it. But I like Elliot's attitude. He's a fan of the club as well. He always speaks kind of very positively of the club, even though he doesn't play. Even the other day, was it the Brighton game? That was his first start in God knows how long. And he got a goal and an assist. So it's like, what more could we want? So I really like Elliot. Aman says yes, that's the one. That is the one. Liverpool Gold says, do you want to make your own tomato sauce? Potentially. For what? For what kind of food? For pasta or for pizza? I do make my own sauces for China. I love how this has turned into like a food stream, and I don't even mind. I do make my own sauce for Chinese food, because I quite like Chinese food, right? Every sauce in the supermarket tastes like trash. And then I make my own sauce with 10 different ingredients. It's amazing. But yeah, if there's any good recipes, share them. 100%. And Nate says Lidl's dupe of Lurpak is good as well. Do you know what it's called? Did you have a look? Unfortunately, I don't have a Lidl near me. I do have an Aldi near me. Yeah. Is it this one? Is it this one here? Probably not. But let me know. Let me know if you find it. I'm always looking for good food tips. We're gonna have to change this to like a food thing. Aman says a favorite all-time player. Mine is John Barnes. I hear you on John Barnes. John Barnes was slightly before my time, so for me, favorite all-time player is one that I had to have seen growing up, if you know what I mean. And for me, there's only one option. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, but it's the guy on the back of this. Yeah, it has to be Gerrard for me. I mean, a lot of the reason for that is kind of me growing up. He was the guy, so that's one of the reasons. If I was perhaps a bit younger, if I was significantly younger, it would perhaps be Salah. But yeah, John Barnes is a good shout. Ian Rush would be a good shout. Perhaps of my dad's generation would be like Kenny Dalglish and those guys. But yeah, Gerrard was probably my favorite player. Fish is in the chat. Say hi, sir. Be late. That's all right. That's okay. Yeah, Durwood's favorite player is Elliot. I do like Elliot as well. Fish says sorry for being late. Nope, no worries, Fish. All good. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, Aldi versus Lidl. We're having more of a food stream here, Fish. Don't worry, I know you're called Fish, but we've been keeping it strictly vegetarian, so you don't have to worry about being eaten here. But yeah, I've got Aldi. Aldi's cool. I got Aldi near me. The thing is, though, the only thing I don't like about Aldi is I go in looking like this, and the security guards are always following me around, thinking I'm gonna steal something. It's like, guys, I'm literally paying with an Apple Watch. Do you really think I'm gonna steal some bread? So that's the only thing that irritates me about Aldi. The fact that the security guards kind of follow me around. I'm like, mate, I'm just buying some bread. you don't need to follow me around. But yeah, Aldi the shop is good. It's called Dan Pack. Of course it is. Of course it's called Dan Pack. Oh my God! You were not lying about them using Lurpak as inspiration. That's like when you copy someone's homework. You know, when your friends used to say, okay, you can copy my homework, but just change a few words. I mean, look at you know. They've even copied the packaging, you know, with the little blue lines and how it kind of twists. Oh my God. Dan Pack. Yes, that's it. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to have to find a Lidl and just try it. Kind of purely kind of given how shameless they are by copying that. But I'm like, hey, fair play. Do what you gotta do, Lido. Mbappe just missed the penalty and then scored the rebound. But to be fair, the food conversation's a lot more interesting than Real Madrid. But I'll just update the score anyway. Fish says, my favorite rival player is Calvert-Lewin. What about Calvert-Lewin makes him your favorite, Fish? Is there something about him? Is it the way he plays, or let us know? Nate's favorite player, Torres growing up. Second probably Coutinho. Yeah, those are good shouts as well. What I kind of find is the favorite player quite often is kind of who was the star kind of whenever you were growing up. So yeah, Torres is a good one. I've got a Torres shirt as well. Coutinho would be a good one as well. But yeah, lots of good choices. I think that's the positive of supporting a team like this. Okay, so this is Liverpool Goals is a tomato sauce recipe. Steam some tomatoes in a ramekin. What's a ramekin? Like this? Is this a ramekin? So I presume to steam it, I gotta put like something on top, I guess. When the tomatoes are soft, put in a bowl, add steamed oregano, pinch of sugar, coarse salt, and black pepper. You can make it into a sauce with fork. Good for pastas, and as general, good sauce for chips, and maybe good for pizza as well. Yeah, I hear you. What I like about your recipe there, I kind of like the ingredients that have less. I like the recipes that have less ingredients in them. I'm quite lazy sometimes with sauces. Like I just buy them from the shop, but then they got so much like extra kind of junk in them. What I kind of find is quite often the sauce you buy in a jar, it tastes nice at first, but then when you swallow it, there's always something a bit weird in there, and you're like, what was that? But there are some sauces that I make at home. I'll give this a try. And report back. Garlic and oregano in the ramekin. Right, that's for the steaming. That's for the steaming. How much garlic and how much oregano? You know what I mean? I guess it's to taste. Maybe like two garlic cloves, two garlic cloves and 2 tablespoons of oregano. Or would that be too much or too little? Steaming veggies and herbs is the best. Yeah, proper healthy as well. Proper healthy. Yeah, and Nate's thinking what I'm thinking. I think there should be a cooking stream. Give the people what they want. 100%. Forget about Real Madrid. We'll do a cooking stream where we're cooking, putting together tomato sauce, putting together pasta sauce, and see how it turns out. Yeah, I'll rename this to cooking live or something. Yeah, that'll to your preference. Yeah. It's one of those things I think you need to kind of make a few times, and then you'll figure out kind of how much of each thing you like. Sometimes trial and error. Sometimes I make something and I'm like, the first time it's like, it's okay, that's okay, but next time I'm gonna put more garlic powder in or whatever. So yeah, it will take a bit of trial and error, and I think. Fish says, make mac and cheese. You do ask me to make this every single time. I haven't quite made it yet, but maybe it's something we can add to the cooking stream. Speaking of cooking, Real Sociedad are cooking Madrid's defense over here. See that? I didn't quite expect to make a link there. Oh, what an idea! Trying dupes of established brands like Lurpak. Yeah, the Dan Pack. Do they also have something called Doka-Dola instead of kind of Coca-Cola? Wouldn't surprise me. Quite often with the kind of dupes, it's hard to tell the difference, and sometimes it tastes even better. Sometimes it tastes even better. Dawood says, "I'll give you the Hungarian recipes for your stream." Yeah, I think I'm gonna need to create a separate cooking channel. Hopefully I don't set the kitchen on fire. But yeah, I do enjoy cooking. Cooking's fun. Cooking is relaxing. Fish says we got Spurs winning a trophy before GTA 6. And what's SW7? SW10? Is that Star Wars? Star Wars Episode 10? Is that what that is? Tell me what SW stands for. Is it like Star Wars Episode 10? Because there's only been 9 episodes. I might be wrong on that. Oh, and add butter as well. Is that to the tomato sauce? Yeah, it probably needs like some sort of thickener. I guess you could use butter or oil or something like that. Only one you can't cheat on is Jaffa cakes. No dupe comes close. Yeah, I hear ya. I've tried like some of the dupes, like Oreo, like for Oreos. The dupes for Oreos are not as good. What I will say, I think it's Lidl, and they do like a dupe of like Pepsi Max, and it's really really good. To be fair, I feel the dupes for like fizzy drinks have gotten better over the years. When I was younger, they tasted horrible, but these days they're not too bad. But the flip side might be I'm just losing my taste buds. Who knows? But yeah, Jaffa cakes and Oreos, they're ones where the dupes ain't quite as good. Just trying to think what other examples are there. Sometimes it's tolerable, like sometimes the dupe might not be as good, but like if it's like a third of the price, then you don't care. You're like, I know it's not as good, but it cost me £1 rather than £3, so I don't really mind. Fish says Star Wars. There's a Star Wars Episode 10 now? That's news to me. Oh wow. Fish wasn't lying. How and why is there like an Episode 10? Like who's the main character? Oh, allow that. I'm not like a Rey fan, if you know what I mean. Rey establishing a new Jedi Order. If I'm honest with you, Fish, like for me, there's only 6 Star Wars movies. I'll probably give this a try eventually. Yes, that's the butter to the tomato sauce. Yes, and Lidl's M&Ms taste the same. Yeah, quite often as well. They're kind of manufactured on the same they're manufactured on the same kind of manufacturing line, and then they just kind of go into different branded packets quite often. Lidl kind of general like Lidl chocolate, Aldi chocolate is very very good. So there are some kind of good things to kind of get from them, 100%. There's probably loads of examples, but when you're kind of thinking about it, it's hard. It's hard to kind of think of them at the time. Durwood says, "Oh shit, sorry, stop the timer." Let me set it back to 45. There we go. Fish says, name 5 former Liverpool players. Only 5? Only 5? You're not making this challenging? I mean, maybe we can talk about 5 that we've talked about today. John Barnes, Ian Rush, Robbie Fowler, even though we haven't mentioned Robbie Fowler today, Steven Gerrard, Fernando Torres, Coutinho, Jimmy Traore, Jerzy Dudek, Chris Kirkland, Milan Barros, Vladimir Smica, Igor Biscan, Patrick Berger, Kevin Keegan. 5's not enough. Make it. I was about to give you an idea. Then say make it 30, but I'm like, please don't make it 30. But yeah, 5 Liverpool players is not difficult. Liverpool Goals TV says, "Are you vegan?" Nope. No. I'm the opposite of vegan. I'll eat pretty much anything. I'll eat pretty much anything. I won't eat like you know. Sometimes you go to like Selfridges and these like expensive shops, and they've got like spiders like frozen in chocolate. I'm not eating any of that. But no, generally speaking, I'm kind of happy to kind of eat anything really. Fish says, "How's Gornick doing?" You should know, Fish. You're the Gornick fan. But considering I'm a nice person, I'll check for you. You have so your team that you support from Poland, which I'm checking for you because I'm nice and all. You ain't kicked off yet. You're kicking off at 4:30 versus Corona, nicely named. Kielce. What I will say, Fish, as I was telling you the other day, your team's new kit looks very nice. Of course, I probably need your Polish word for kit, but I was like you've bought out a new kit. I can't find it now. Yeah, this is your new kit. That looks nice, man. Like you know, that's a nice looking kit. But yeah, your team is kicking off at 4:30. Just fix this back up. Oh, that are still playing and not retired, right? So you've made the challenge a bit more difficult there. So 5 former Liverpool players that are still playing but not retired. Okay, Coutinho, Jordan Henderson. Shit, it's harder than I thought. You know. Who have we sold recently? Dominic Solanke. There's 3. Matip's retired. Thiago's retired. I think Naby Keita is still playing. I think Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, I think, is still playing in Turkey. So there's your 5. Mamadou Sakho. I think Mamadou Sakho, he's still playing. That's 6. Who else did Klopp get rid of? James Milner. It's a good one there. James Milner, number 6 for Brighton. He's a good one. Loris Karius, Simon Mignolet. He's still playing. I don't think Kevin Stewart is still playing. Fabinho still playing. Roberto Firmino still playing. Sadio Mane is still playing. So yeah, I hope we've exceeded your 5 there. We're better than United. You are. Most people are, but you're definitely better than United. Liverpool goals says I eat anything but intestines and things like brains and yeah. I don't mess with that kind of nonsense. Yeah, I like, sometimes you watch these kind of not quiz, these like kind of quiz shows, like I'm a Celebrity and they're eating insects. I'm like, I ain't doing that. Like I would never eat like snake or anything, or like intestine, or even like liver. Like I'm like, nah, I'm not touching that. I happily eat like normal chicken, normal beef. That'll do. So I'm generally fussy with food, but I still tend to eat most things. Fish loves Podolski. A nicest football kits under the floodlight says are Venezia Serie kits. Just have a look at them. People are wondering now, why is there butter on the screen? That's a long story. Which one in particular? This one? This one looks quite nice. Is this the one you mean? I like all the colors on it. I like the black. I like the fact that it's generally kind of black. I like the detailing on the sleeves there. Again, I don't know if this is the one you mean, but this one's nice. I like the detailing on the sleeves. I like the fact that there's a lion with wings. Because what is scarier than a lion? A lion with wings. I like the colors, the orange and the green. I mean, this is a really nice one, if this is the one you mean. Yeah, James Milner playing for Brighton. Adam Lallana, I think Adam Lallana, strictly speaking, is also still playing. Yeah, Firmino's another one. Origi's another one. Peter Gulaxi's that one, yeah. Raheem Sterling, yeah. Oxlade, Firmino. Suarez still playing. Fair play. Here's 5 more. Harry Wilson, Sadio Mane, I did say. Danny Ings, yeah. Arthur Mello, Emre Can, yeah. Yeah, doing online shopping and researching butter. Yeah. It's always good to learn new. It's always good to learn new recipes and broaden horizons. Whenever I go to the shop, I try to try new things. Whereas my dad's generation is more, why are you wasting money? You might not like it. But then my kind of thinking is, if I don't try it, I won't know if I like it. So yeah, it's interesting. Harry Wilson, Fulham guy. With the he's Welsh, isn't he? I think Harry Wilson. My grandmother used to make liver and onions, and it tasted like steak. She would pan fry it, and it was so good. No one in the family can recreate. Secret recipe. If you do happen to find out the secret recipe, do share it. I do like steak. Yeah, steak's pretty good. I went through a phase where I'd have steak every day. And this phase was like maybe a few months ago. I was full of energy. Don't get me wrong, my bank account was taking a hit having steak twice a day. But it was worth it. It was worth it. Because you're paying like probably like £5 a meal, I guess. But yeah, steak is good. Steak is very easy to cook as well. And what I like about steak is you don't necessarily have to overcomplicate it. Like if you go to the shops or if you look online, like a lot of places on Amazon and so forth, they sell like steak rubs and this steak rub and that steak rub. And I've tried them. But like for me, just normal salt and pepper, I feel like that works best with steak. Steak doesn't need to be overcomplicated. You can add butter. Sometimes I add butter to kind of cook it in a little bit, but steak's up there. Amarim told Garnacho to find a new club. Well, that's not a very nice thing to say to poor Garnacho. I mean, Garnacho's a weird one in the sense that I feel like he does need a slap, but I don't know. I don't really know how I feel. I guess the question would be why has he told him to find a new club? Is he a bad influence? Does he have a bad attitude? He does seem like and again, I'm just making assumptions here. He does seem like he has a bit of a bad attitude for a player who hasn't necessarily earned the right to have a bad attitude. Like he's acting like he's already made it when he hasn't done anything. So perhaps Amarim is trying to clear out all the bad apples. But like, how much do you think they can get for? How much do you think they can even get for Garnacho? I kind of stumbled. I say stumbled, but I did kind of stumble upon a Man United stream the other day, and they were talking about the players they wanted to sell. And they had Garnacho in there, and they had Sancho in there, and they had Anthony in there, and their whole kind of notion and their whole kind of steer was, yeah, if we sell Garnacho and Anthony and Sancho, that's 250 million, and we can do a rebuild. And I was thinking, on what earth are you getting 250 million for that dross? But yeah, for Garnacho, like, what do we think? I appreciate the fact that he's young. 40 million maybe? Who knows? Here's more Karius. I think I said Karius, but I don't know if Karius is retired. Stefan Bajcetic. I think Stefan Bajcetic is on loan, but I'll give you that. Adrian's a good one. Adam Lallana, I think I mentioned, and yeah, Awani. I hope he's better now. I know he came out of his coma, so I hope he's doing better. Runnerman Steve says, as a United fan, all players should be up for sale for a rebuild. Simple. I think Runnerman Steve would put more effort in than kind of some of the players, because some of the players don't even run. So, but I hear what you're saying. I think my kind of concern, but concern is perhaps the wrong word, is I feel like they need to sell all the players and then do a proper rebuild. But in the process of a proper rebuild, accept the fact that you're going to have a few low finishes, if you know what I mean, so that eventually you get back up. I don't think there's a quick and easy solution to instantly finish fourth next season. I think they're going to need to clear out a lot of the dross. Get in younger players, get in cheaper players with a good attitude, with hunger, and then accept the fact that, okay, next year we'll probably finish 10th. And the year after, we'll probably finish 7th. But the year after that, we'll have a competitive team, a team full of no egos, a team full of kind of good attitudes who can then kind of, take us forward. I don't think there's any kind of quick fixes. I feel like they've been chasing the quick fixes in the Casemiros and Varans, but that's not, it never feels like a particularly kind of scalable solution. But I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Like, I think they need to just sell all their players, get in new players, young players with no ego, accept a few years of mediocrity, but then use that as a platform to then progress. In some ways, I feel like they can never rebuild unless they destroy first. I think they have to destroy first and then accept the impact of destroying that, and then go from there. Klein Minamino, that's another good one, Fish. Dawood says, I don't eat liver anymore. It was when I was growing up. My mother tried to make it and it tasted like I was eating metal. And I haven't tried it since. I give it to my dog. My story is pretty much identically the same as yours. I had liver once when I was a kid. It tasted weird. I can still taste it in my mouth 30 years later. So now I just avoid it because it's mentally kind of scarred me. Runnerman Steve says, Amarim loves youth setup. Sign some players at 40 to 50 million each. Build Most United fans are clueless, though. Yeah, I think. So there's 2 points there. I think firstly on Amorim, he does have a track record of working well with young players at Sporting and Braga. So I think following this approach would yield benefits there because he has the skill to do it. Whereas I don't think a Ten Hag necessarily had the same skill set. Where I'd perhaps go further is, let's for argument's sake say you need 11 players at 40 to 50 each. That's $500 million. So perhaps a couple could be 40 to 50, a couple could be 20 to 30, a couple could be 10 to 20. But I do think the solution here is clear out all the dross, get these young players in, accept that we're not going to be immediately successful for the next few years, but doing that with a vision in terms of what you're building. And to a certain degree, that's kind of what Liverpool did to a certain degree. I think that's the only way forward. But I agree with you, most Man United fans are a bit clueless. Most Man United fans, and I think Man United pundits as well, with respect to kind of the Rio Ferdinands and the Gary Nevilles of the world, they want success instantly. I think when this idea was presented to Gary Neville on Sky a few years ago, I remember thinking, great, that's the solution. But his reaction was, no, we can't wait a few years. We're Man United. And it's like, dude, you in a way, by kind of finishing 16th, that's already happening. So you might as well, just do it the proper way. But yeah, I think that's the solution. Liverpool Goals TV says, I'm from South Africa. If you ever do decide to visit here, biltong or dry wars is something you won't want to miss out. Nice. I'll have to... I've heard of biltong. Is it like... It's like strips of meat, like kind of thing. Biltong. Yeah, it's like jerky. Like this is biltong. Looks pretty good. This is a food stream today. What was the other one? Dry wars. Oh, it's similar. I'll have to make a note. Speaking of South Africa, slight sidebar. Have you heard of Rain O'Neill? Rain O'Neill. So I watched World's Strongest Man, right? And this complete newbie debuted from South Africa called Rain O'Neill. And he won the competition. So that's the new World's Strongest Man from South Africa. This just happened a few days ago. So yeah, he's my second favorite South African after you. We have the best weather as well. Yeah, good weather. Good weather around those parts. And Amorim is staying with United. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think that's the right decision. You know what I mean? I say unfortunately because I'm wearing this thing, but unfortunately, I think that is the right decision. Because to be fair to the guy, he came into a mess. He was given one player. He hasn't really had the time or the space or the flexibility to implement his own ideas yet. Let me just start this timer 5 minutes late. Oh God. The positive is at least we'll have things to talk about when there's no games. When there's no games, soon enough we can do food streams and that kind of thing, transfer streams. But yeah, unfortunately, I do think that's the right decision. It'll be interesting to see what happens with them in the summer. I've heard that Al Hilal are interested in Bruno Fernandes for 100 million. He's not worth 100 million for his age, but if they're offering that, you might want to take that. You probably need another centre back potentially. Probably need another midfielder, because I think with his kind of 5-2-3 formation, I feel like he needs a certain type of midfielder, and that certain type of midfielder is not Casemiro. Like Casemiro at this age would struggle to play in a 3, never mind a 2, when he's got all these kind of young guns running around him. So let's see what happens when they give him a bit of money, and when they give him a bit of time, and when they give him a pre-season. Ooh, here's Mbappe, hits it over. But I think the flip side is, if things don't turn around by Christmas, then they'll probably get rid. I've heard they've sacked like another 200 staff. I mean, I don't know what they're playing at with respect to that sort of thing. I mean, those 200 kind of admin staff, they're not going to be on a significant amount of money. So you're not really saving money there. Ooh, Sociedad. Close. Liverpool Goals TV says, the way I became a Liverpool supporter is my sister married a Scouser. Nice. It's good. I've heard lots of stories about how people became Liverpool fans, but I haven't heard one like that before. So I think you're unique in that sense. But it's pretty cool story. Is this the part where you tell us that your brother-in-law is actually an Everton fan and you supported Liverpool just to get on his nerves? Because you did say a Scouser, but I presume it's a Liverpool fan. But yeah, no, it's always kind of interesting to hear how people became Liverpool fans. Good to hear. That worked out pretty nicely. Fish says hi. Why do you always say hi, Fish, like randomly in the middle? You know, when I've been like talking to you for an hour, you then just say hi. Like I will get to your message. It's fine. Look, Fish, we were talking about top 5 Liverpool players. We were talking about Gornick. We were talking about GTA 6. But then you're like, hi. or is this the second, Fish? Google Luke did that. This is that bloke that you're obsessed with, isn't it? He's got his finger up his nose. That's the first thing I see. Thank you for that. I appreciate that as always. Is this your TikTok person, Fish, who eats things? Spicy food challenges. I'll have a quick look. I won't be able to put it on the screen because of all that. Oh my god, he's eating a crab. What the hell is this? I am watching his videos now. He's eating a crab. Like an actual full crab. How do you watch this stuff, Fish? Do you find? I mean, it looks like it's pretty popular. Yeah, I wish I've had a sneak peek, and safe to say I'm pretty disgusted. Liverpool Goals TV says his brother-in-law is Liverpool through and through. Okay, that's good. That's good to know. Good to know he's not an Everton fan or a Tranmere fan. I guess that's possible. Yeah, he supports the correct team. The correct team. Put it that way. Ooh, Vinicius is coming on. Mr. Vinny Jr. if I had never met him, I would have likely been a Crystal Palace fan. But you would have had a trophy. You would have had a trophy this season either way. It's a good thing. It was a good thing it was Palace and not Arsenal, because then you wouldn't have had a trophy for 20 years. But but yeah, it did turn out pretty well. Could have gone a lot worse. Could have been Man United. Could have been Everton. Could have been Arsenal. Imagine that. Apparently, this Florian Wirtz news is progressing quite nicely. According to Kicker, who's Kicker? Some Bayer Leverkusen news thing. The deal is expected to be finalized after the weekend, with negotiations going smoothly. I've seen that he's accepted a 180 grand a week contract for 5 years. I think that's a good bit of business. Florian Wirtz is about to transfer to Liverpool. The negotiations between Leverkusen and Liverpool are progressing quickly. A transfer fee of up to 126 million is likely to be due. Negotiations are going well, but completions are not expected this weekend. Fair enough. But should be pretty soon. Yeah, this one here says, and again, I do take a lot of these with a pinch of salt. And again, I'm not talking about cooking in this context, but I do think there's perhaps an element of truth in these. Liverpool's official bid is coming. That's the thing that I'm very curious about. I appreciate it's not my money, but how much we paying? Fish says, I'm naming 6 former Man United players. Romero, Henderson, Mkhitaryan, Alexis, Sanchez, Wan-Bissaka, Obama. Where the hell are you getting Obama from? I don't remember Obama playing for Man United. If he did, they might not finish 16th. And these are all ones that are still playing. I take it. Fish says, yo. Sorry, Carlos Vela says, yo. I'm still dubious as to whether Carlos Vela is fish or not. Yeah, I think the general kind of gist of it is it's progressing. It's progressing quite nicely. A matter of time, apparently. I mean, this is one of my favorite pictures. Oh, God. I think I'll just keep this up permanently. There we go. Picture of Arne Slot to haunt your nightmares and haunt your dreams. Whenever you think you're alone, always remember that Arne Slot is watching you. And he's watching you like this. He's happy, but he looks like he's up to something. Come on, Sociedad. Show a bit of fight, Sociedad. Is that Kubo? Is that Kubo? That is Kubo. This is the player we were linked with back in the day. Yeah, he's looking alright. Ooh, Real Madrid countering. Mbappe's onside. Vinicius. Salah finishes that. Real Madrid trying very hard to get a second goal here. Modric still looks fine. It still looks alright, you know. I mean, not that I'd take him at Liverpool, because I wouldn't, but for a player who's pushing 40, I've seen a lot worse. 39 years old. He's 39 years old and he's 40 in September. So he's 40 in a couple of months. In terms of where he could end up, could end up in Al Sadd, could end up in Dinamo Zagreb, could end up in New York City. Which I must admit has been one of my favorite cities to visit. See, Klopp is back. Oh. Looks a bit younger now. Yeah, I don't know how people kind of feel about what Klopp said about Trent. But then this bloke here, is this the Anfield rap guy? Yeah, fair point. I think he's hit the nail on the head. Was the plan really to fly in and create a massive story? And for what purpose? I feel like he just shouldn't have said anything, or maybe just said a few words and not quite gone that far. But all he's done is kind of annoy people. It's a game in the playoffs. 1-1 previous goal offside. Is this the promotion game? That's 1-1, right? Mayenda equalised. I mean, if Sunderland get through, that will be a bit of a, I wouldn't say abomination, even though I was about to say that, but it would be an injustice. Liverpool goal says it's all for clicks. Yeah, I hear you. It is all for clicks. I can't lie. It's left a bit of a sour taste in my mouth, and I'm glad at the very least that the opinion on what he said and how he did it is split. I mean, at least shows people are thinking for themselves. Oh, I've never seen that before. Salah and Gravenberch. Yeah, a lot of yeah, this is kind of echoes how I kind of feel. Jurgen said to us, it's not about how you arrive, it's about how you leave. Coming back after 374 days and telling us how we should react with Trent leaving on a free is bang out of order. Focus on honour on Sunday, yeah. This is the thing that Durwood was referring to earlier. Ruben Amorim informs Man United squad he will be in charge next season and tells Garnacho to find a new club. It happened during a meeting with Portuguese head coach and the players. So are we saying like all the players were there? And he says, "Oi, Alejandro, you go find a new club," like in front of everyone? That seems a bit insensitive. Gravenberch is our player of the season for me. Yeah, me too. I don't think we win the league without Gravenberch. I appreciate people will say the same thing about Salah, and they are correct. But the fact that Gravenberch is 22 and has done this for the first time in his life, that carries a certain level of merit with me. The fact that he's playing a new position, he's a starter, suddenly he's playing twice a week, and he's only 22. That to me kind of would elevate him a bit higher, because I think that's the context, and I think context is important. There's some rumours as well that the Wirtz deal it's not just a transfer fee. It could be a part exchange. So there's discussion around the deal that would involve Liverpool paying a transfer fee and Leverkusen getting a player. Wonder who that could be. People tracking John Henry's flight. I mean, I doubt he's coming over for Wirtz, as people are saying. It's probably just for the last game of the season. Liverpool want either Kwanzaa or Elliott. I can see that. I think Elliott would be a good replacement for Wirtz. I think Elliott would do well in the German league as well. And I think Elliott would do well when he's given that opportunity to start every game. So it could work out quite nicely for him. I wonder what the value is on Elliott though. It's probably about 40 to 50 million, I guess. Somewhere in that range. But Kwanzaa's another one. I do think Kwanzaa will be off this season, but that then raises the question: do we then need two centre backs? Do I? Because I felt like we needed to buy one. Even if Kwanzaa stayed, I felt like we needed to buy one. Derwood says, blasphemy. Elliott will never leave. He's not allowed to. Personally, I'd keep him. But I think the structure that we have at the club now, it's a bit more ruthless in how they operate. That's Joral Hatto. I'll be honest, like when I've maybe we need to do a scouting mission on Hatto. So Joral Hatto, age 19 and 78 days. Okay, he's a lot younger. He's a lot younger than I expected. Take Kwanzaa. I hope so. I'm not a huge fan of Kwanzaa. But I find like quite often whenever you express any sort of negative opinion, you kind of get jumped on. I just don't think Kwanzaa has that raw pace to play a high line. A Liverpool goal says, "Where are you from, Derwood?" So this is Hatto's little data model, we could say. I mean, the players that he's being compared to, nobody really. Trey Hume? Who on earth is this guy? Never heard of him. Never heard of Trey Hume. So these are his stats from a fullback perspective. Adode says Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland, Ohio. So just a few hours away. Pass completion percentage. Minimum 30 minutes played per squad game to qualify as a leader. Includes live ball passes as well as corner kicks and so forth. It's unfortunate that they don't really have any comparisons with Hato as a centre back, because the metric there says versus fullbacks. I've seen Hato. We saw Hato play in the Nations League. He didn't look great in that game, but equally, I don't want to kind of form a entire opinion of one game. That doesn't look ideal. 23rd percentile for interceptions. It would be funny if we signed Hato, because we'd be getting yet another Dutch player. A Liverpool goal says, that's great. The Liverpool fan base is massive across the earth. Indeed it is. It is massive. It is massive in kind of multiple countries. Yeah, even countries like Malaysia, India, and so forth. Sometimes they kind of pop up on like your phone, on like your Instagram and things, and like they've just got like their whole house is basically kitted out with Liverpool stuff. So like the curtains are like Liverpool curtains, the bed sheets are like Liverpool bed sheets, the duvet cover is a Liverpool duvet cover, the cups are like Liverpool mugs. It's pretty crazy. And a lot of countries as well, they have like official supporters clubs for Liverpool. So I know there's like an official Delhi Liverpool supporters club, but super passionate fans from all over, which I think is important, and I think it's representative of the squad that we have. Because if you think about it, we've got a Dutch manager, Brazilian goalkeeper, an Irish right back, French centre back, a Dutch centre back, a Greek left back, a Dutch midfielder, a Hungarian midfielder, an Argentine midfielder, a Colombian striker, you could say, a Dutch left winger, and an Arabic right winger. So that just shows you the international profile of the team. Oh, I forgot to mention, and American owners. So that just kind of shows not the national profile of the team, but the international profile of the team. So I guess players from all over, fans from all over. Pretty good to see. And I think the other thing, which I didn't quite realize, but then was kind of pointed out, and then I thought about it. In a lot of these kind of countries, the matches start at a awkward time, so they have to sometimes wake up really early to watch the games, or they have to go to sleep. They have to kind of go to sleep really late to watch the games, and that kind of shows the level of commitment. These people, and again, it depends on where they are from a time zone perspective, but quite often they'll be waking up at say 3 a.m. They'll be like waking up at 3 a.m. to watch the game, which is a crazy level of commitment. Like, I like Liverpool and all, but I'm not waking up at 3 a.m. to watch a football match. I'll watch the goals the next day. But that just shows the level of commitment. There's no club better than Liverpool. The history, yep. The aura, yep. The passion and the success. No other club compares. And I think I'd perhaps add to that the kind of respect of the fan base. It's something that you don't always see with a lot of other clubs. That doesn't mean, I'm not going to take that to an extreme and say that doesn't necessarily mean that fans have to agree with everything and like everything and be super on board with everything, because they are still human beings. They are still all different. But I think, kind of generally speaking, something that I've seen with this club that you don't kind of see with other clubs is just the kind of respect that they have for other fans and the respect that they have for the players. I mean, Nunes is still getting cheered 3 years later after doing absolutely nothing. You know what I mean? He'll miss from 2 yards, but you'll still hear like, Nunes. That's something you don't have. That's something you don't have at other clubs. And it's something that Trent will discover next year. Yeah, Liverpool's kind of finely balanced, I think. All those things are kind of finely balanced. You can consider other clubs, like let's consider Real Madrid, for example, but they perhaps don't have that respect that Liverpool have. Or let's take Man City. They perhaps don't have the history. So it's a good club. It's probably why lots of players want to come here. I was going to say Harry's gaming tutorials, but what I should say is Harry's gaming and music videos says, I've only realized on the video you can't hear the singer. However, when we have got the whole song recorded, you should be able to hear them. Okay. Are you gonna upload that as well? Are you gonna upload the song also? Ooh, Mbappe just scored. Mbappe just scored in this dead rubber of a game. Let's update the score. Harry says, yeah, you can only hear the instrument so far. However, it still sounds good. Nice. So it will be, we can consider this to be the instrumental version. Or perhaps it could be the karaoke version. Oh my God, Sunderland have scored, Wood. Sunderland have scored in the 90 plus 5 minutes. Is this going to be a robbery? Yeah, we can, we will call this the karaoke version. You just need to update the title. So since it's a song that you created, I presume you also came up with the lyrics. It doesn't seem like an easy job, to be fair. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. As I said, I've made a note. I will like it. I will leave a comment as well. Yeah, it looks like Sunderland. It looks like Sunderland might be getting promoted. Look at this, man. 90 plus 90 plus 5 they've scored. It's wild, man. I walk away for 2 minutes. Maybe Bellingham actually wins something. Yeah, I was like, oh my God, Durwood, look, they've scored. They've scored 90 plus 5. Crazy. So Sunderland were the team that had 73 points, right? Versus Sheffield's 90. And the team with less points is going to go through. Harry's changed it. It's just not showing. I met my user on Twitch. Yeah, it's coming up now. So those are the old ones where it says Harry's Gaming Tutorials. And on the newer ones, it says, there we go. Yeah, it just took a few minutes to come up, but it's all good now. Liverpool Goals TV. Liverpool was made for me, and I was made for Liverpool. Famous quote by Bill Shankly. It's a nice quote, that. Bill Shankly from Scotland, who has a couple of nice quotes. And then Bob Paisley, who I believe is from Sunderland, which is, relevant given the team that we're looking at here. Yeah, those are some good quotes. I liked Van Dijk's quote as well, where he was saying it was always Liverpool for him, so he didn't want to go anywhere else. Well, that's Modric subbed off. Yes. Harry says, I like this girl. Should I ask her out? Or talk to her for a bit and then ask her out? I'd say talk to her for a bit. It's tough. It's tough though, you know what I mean? Because so here's the question. How much have you talked to her so far? Have you ever talked to her before? I'd say talk to her for a bit, so you can kind of get to know if it will work. But don't talk to her for too long, because then you'll become a friend, and then it's just never gonna work. So you need to strike that balance, and there is no answer for the balance, if you know what I mean. But yeah, see what you have in common. Maybe emphasize your bass guitar playing. Everyone likes people who play music. So you've got that. You've got that as a feather in your cap. Oh, what more do you need? There you go. She supports Liverpool as well. Well, that's a positive. That's a significant positive. Yeah, I would say if you've never spoken to her before, maybe try speaking to her, see what she's like, and then go for it. But the fact that she's a Liverpool fan and not a Man United fan is a positive. The smile on Henderson's face. Is this Jordan Bryan Henderson? I bet you Jordan Bryan Henderson is beaming. A Liverpool goal says the most important thing is if she invites you over for coffee. Yeah, straight away. that is important. Yeah, then she knows. Then you know she's interested. But I think at Harry's age, it's perhaps more energy drinks at the moment. but yeah, I'd say definitely get to know her. But it's always tough, right? It's always tough because then if you spend too long, yeah, there's no there's no golden answer in many ways. Yes, that Hendo, Jordan Brian Henderson. They just showed him. Sunderland wins. Oh yeah, full time on the full time on the thing there, which is wild. Sunderland are going through. Not that they deserve it. I'm trying to find. Oh, there he is. There's Mr. Jordan Brian Henderson. Chelsea fans are crying because Anthony Taylor is the ref for their last game tomorrow. Chelsea fans are always crying, aren't they? They always have something to cry about. There's always some sort of injustice. There's always some. They've always been wronged somehow. Sunderland are promoted to the Premier League. These are the apparent kind of leaks of the Liverpool kit. And I can't lie, I don't like it. The home one looks okay. The away one, I'm not thrilled about the color. And the third one, it's the shade is a bit too saturated. I'd prefer like a darker version of that color. But let's see. So it looks like Real Madrid have won their game. And Sunderland have won their game. So looking forward to seeing Sunderland in the Premier League next year. Hopefully finishing higher than Man United when they get relegated next season. But hey ho. Anyway, tomorrow is the last game of the season. It's Liverpool versus Crystal Palace. It is Drunk FC versus Hungover FC. Sunday. 4 o'clock. That's a bit late, isn't it? 4 o'clock's a bit late. But it is what it is. We'll be back tomorrow then. 4 o'clock. Liverpool versus Crystal Palace, where we will be lifting a trophy at around 6 p.m. So yeah, look forward to that tomorrow. I'm going to head off now. And where am I going to head off to? Clean my kitchen. which is what I was doing before this stream started. And then I was like, oh, damn. I better go clean my kitchen. Ah, but we have Pixel here. It says, yo, Pixel. Can we do the Champions League final? 100%. 100% we can. Is it on... It just started. What's... It can't be the Champions League final. Oh, is that like... Is it? See you tomorrow. Yeah, we'll be around tomorrow. I will be around tomorrow for the Liverpool game. Barcelona versus Arsenal. Ah, right. You were confusing me for a second. I was like Barcelona versus Arsenal. How are we? We are good. I'm wearing your favorite shirts, no? So I hope you appreciate it. You see how I remembered this was your favorite one. But yeah, good. Not too bad. Fish says, sir, do the Gornik Zabzer live stream. I might struggle to find your Gornik Zabzer stream. One of these days I will. Just for you, Fish. You gotta follow Barcelona soon. Diaz going there. It does look like he could go there. The rumors I've heard is that what's his name? Yamal's gonna be on the right. Diaz is gonna be on the left. Rafinha is gonna play a number 10, and then Lewandowski is gonna be up front. Those are the rumors that I've heard. Snow says, I do appreciate it. Better be Gerrard on the back. Well, there's only one way to find out. Hey, I don't know if you can see it. Only one option for this particular kit. For this particular kit, there's only one option. If we get Wirtz and Alvarez this summer, we are winning everything. Yeah, the Wirtz news broke yesterday, wasn't it? When I was playing, I was playing this game where you have to climb up. You have to climb up like a structure, and you have to jump, and if you jump wrong, you fall all the way down. And then you die, and you got to climb all the way back up again. And that's precisely the moment that Snow turned up saying, oh my God, Wirtz is coming. And then I was like, oh yeah, I saw Wirtz is coming. And then, we were just talking about Wirtz, and then I kept just falling off the platform because we were talking about Wirtz. But the good news is, eventually I did make it to the top. I've uploaded the video. If you're bored, you can have a look. I'll try uploading it on Twitch. But yes, it's one of those games where you just gotta climb to the top, and if you make one wrong step, you just fall all the way to the bottom. So it's basically me and Snow saying, I think Wirtz will play here. I think Wirtz. Oh God, I've fallen off. It's just me doing this and then saying, oh God, I guess I better do it again. I did make it. I made it after you left. To be honest, after you left, I think pretty much the next run after you left, I made it. So it's all good. Yeah, just the key is right. For certain platforms, you have to run and jump, but for certain ones, you just have to jump, because if you run and jump, you would jump over it and then you'd fall to your death. That was the tricky thing. Pixel says, you're not getting Alvarez. Lol. He just went over. Yeah, I doubt it. I doubt it with Alvarez. Unfortunately, he's been a resounding success at Atletico, hasn't he? Um, and they paid like 85 million last year, so they'd probably be looking for a kind of significant chunk of change this year. Um, I think if he hadn't gone to Atletico, if he'd taken because I think I guess I will only kind of hope to a certain degree. I think there's only two hopes. First hope is that he's got a release clause, which he must have. He must have a release clause because he plays for a Spanish club, and I think every single Spanish club has to have a release clause. So that's kind of the first hope. Second hope is he falls out. He falls out with Second hope would be he falls out with Simeone, and Simeone says we wanna get rid. I think Alvarez would be great, but he's just joined Atletico. Yeah, it makes any deal a lot more tricky. I think it makes any deal a lot more tricky. I don't know what's gonna happen, man. I'm excited. I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see it. Like if you look online, like most of the news is like still about kind of Wirtz. The impression Arne Slot left on Florian Wirtz was unlike anything he's ever experienced before. I kind of rate that, to be fair. Slot presented a clear and detailed vision. Don't know if the zoom is okay on this. It should be supported by extensive video material that fucking Slot has been like supported by extensive video material that even traced Wirtz's development back to his early youth. He highlighted the progress Wirtz had already made, pointed out areas for improvement, and laid out a well-structured plan for how he would be integrated into the team. I mean, that's a impressive level of homework, I guess. What resonated most was the tactical clarity. Wirtz was shown a defined role within a functioning system, giving him a sense of direction and purpose. I think that's important because we're saying, look, we want to buy you. We think you can kind of deliver value for us over here in this particular position. This is how we want to use you, and we're excited to use you. Apparently, with kind of Bayern Munich and kind of company, it was just a case of, yeah, we want you, but we don't know what you're going to do with you. So we're organized. Like this bold man is organized. So I love that. Snus says we're not triggering the release clause. We're meeting them soon. So you think we're gonna agree a fee? What kind of fee? What kind of fee are you guys thinking? From what I gather, Snus thinks it's gonna happen. Pixel thinks it's not gonna happen. You see this fence over here? That's my backside on the fence. Liverpool Goals TV is kind of similar to me, saying it could happen. There's a possibility. Ruben Malvo says J. What does that mean, Ruben Malvo? What does the J stand for? Joke? You saying that we're jokers? Are you saying that we're jabronis? Please explain the J. 50 million plus Nunes. That's my prediction. 50 plus 70 and Nunes. What is Nunes' value though? Are the Saudis still interested in paying 70 million for him? You think 50 to 60? So you think the 70 million was like a January premium because they were, I don't want to say desperate. That's too harsh a word. But you think the 70 million was a January premium? I think you're probably right. 50 to 60 seems kind of fair. I'd love it to happen. Me, I'm easy. I'm the type of guy who said I love this season because we won the Premier League. Whereas I think Pixel was saying, yeah, but we could have won the Champions League as well, and I was like, yeah, I hear ya. So me, I'm pretty easy. I'm pretty easy going. So they only need to pay the rest they owe City. They bought him for 60 to 64, and oh yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, a lot of it was add-ons. Liverpool Goals TV says Atletico just need what they owe on him to get the deal done. So do you mean like in terms of the outstanding balance? So let's say it was 60 plus add-ons, and let's say they've already paid 20. I think they'd want that 20 back. Probably. So I think Atletico would need what they owe on him and what they've paid so far also. Because otherwise they'll say we don't want to subsidize Liverpool for a year. But I hear what you're saying. We wouldn't necessarily need to pay the add-ons. I do still think it's I still doubt it would happen, but like I doubted that the Wirtz deal would happen, so what do I know? I know what I mean. The thing is with Wirtz though, and I think we were talking about this before, I do think the Wirtz deal will be cheaper. It will be cheaper than what we're led to believe. Like I don't think it will be 120 million. I think it will be under 100 million, you know. Like 95, something like that, 95-ish. And we got Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes, so I don't care. I believe we can go and do something. We're not done. Kirkes is all done. We just got to call Bournemouth and get the price and pay. Yeah, Kirkes looks like it's pretty much wrapped up by the looks of it. That's why Nunes could be the wild card, yeah. So for all of kind of Nunes' faults, I think, and for all the faults with the Nunes deal, I think we did well to kind of secure him on a long-term deal, because I think that long-term deal is preserving his value and is elevating his value in the market. Like if he had 1 year left, we would be getting pennies, figuratively speaking. But the fact that he's got multiple years left, that definitely elevates his value. Fabrizio said Kirkes is all done. Just need to discuss price and stuff. Right, so we're saying like it's all done from a personal terms perspective, I guess. He's agreed that he wants to come. He's agreed the deal. He's found a house next to Dominic Szoboszlai where they will discuss Hungarian current affairs, the Hungarian news perhaps. And he wants to come. It's just a case of now Bournemouth and Liverpool agreeing a fee. I don't want to feel like a Scrooge. 45 million still seems a bit high. I don't like if we can get him for like 38 plus add-ons. I think that's I think that would be a job well done. And after us buying Frimpong, Kirkes, Wirtz, why wouldn't Alvarez want to come? He wanted to join from City. Yeah, I hear you. I think the player will want to come. I think that the kind of the bottleneck, as far as I see it, is agreeing a deal with Atletico. Like Atletico might not want to sell. Atletico might say, nah, 150 and go or go away. But the flip side is, if Alvarez then throws a strop and says, look, I really want to leave, who knows? And it was reported Alvarez would only want to join Liverpool if we came in again. Again, this is the pull. This is the pull of Liverpool FC, which I'm constantly told this team doesn't have. Liverpool goals says Kirke should be of course, that's it. Yeah, that's probably what a lot of this is dependent on. I think waiting for the Premier League to go over. Yeah, I hear you. I think you're right. It's a bit it's perhaps a bit insensitive to be announcing deals for other players whilst the league is still ongoing. So I think and I think the same argument potentially also extends to the Frimpongs of the world. Once the season's over, then we'll see. Once the season's over, then we'll see a bit more kind of movement, I think. Liver no pull, by the way. I mean, it's such a silly argument. Like, I'd rather have absolutely no pull at all and win the league. Like, why is pull like some sort of badge of honor? Like, great, you've got the pull to get Casemiro and Varane and Ugarte and Anthony and Jadon Sancho. Wow, great pull. You finished 16th, 1-0, and your club is imploding more and more every single day. I mean, for me, pull is just part of the entire package, I think. I mean, if we have no pull and again, this isn't what happened, but if we have no pull and we win the league entirely with academy players, that's the best story ever. Watch us get Kirkes, Frimpong, Wirtz and Alvarez and all the rivals. Maltan was going to be amazing. It will be amazing. It will be amazing to see. They're already kind of melting down purely based on the first three. So I think if you were to add a elite striker onto that, Maltan would be amazing. There was a video yesterday. It was like an AFTV video where they were complaining, like, why were Arsenal never in for Wirtz? Like, why were Arsenal never in for him? And it's like, I left a comment and then I deleted it. But I was like, I just said something like really, really rude. And I was like, yeah, that's a bit too harsh on them. But it's like, why would these players join Arsenal? Like, Arsenal have won no major trophy for 20 years. You have an incompetent coach who has a fetish and a hard-on for defensive players. Like, why would an attacking talent join your team? There's delusion and then there's Arsenal. Even if we got João Pedro, would be a 10 out of 10 transfer. I'm seeing this linked with so many players. It's like, I'm excited to see what happens. When I scroll through like Twitter, like we just linked with absolutely everyone. Like I'm fairly sure, if my mom was a football player, would be linked with her as well. Just like scrolling down this thing sometimes, like Liverpool linked with this, Liverpool linked with that. This is so funny. Someone's posted a picture of it. There's a trend on Instagram, and the first comment is, "Fuck, I've never hated someone like him." Jesus Christ. Damn right. Liverpool Goals TV says, we are Liverpool. Yes, we are. And that's something Arsenal will never be. Like Arsenal would win it. Yeah, it's like, if it's not a defender, Arsenal are not getting him. Let's be honest. Wirtz rejected City for Bayern, and we came in and stole that Bayern target. Yeah, we got the march on them. It's impressive. Like this, I feel like this club in the past few years hasn't been the most organized, but it looks like with respect to the new kind of management structure now, hopefully this is a sign of things to come, and hopefully it isn't just hopefully it isn't just this window. Hopefully we see kind of similar sort of things next year. Baron, aka possibly Walker's Crisps, but I can't really see on my. That's an interesting flavor. City backed out as would be 300 million back in. I mean, all in. That's the official story. I think the thing with City is I feel like they need multiple players in multiple positions, so they perhaps can't really, especially with FFP and that sort of thing, perhaps can't really afford to just spend a lot on one position. I feel like they need multiple players. So it'd be interesting to kind of see what happens with them. Pixel says, you think Elliot goes the other way? He could do. We were talking about that one a bit earlier. I think Elliot would thrive in the Bundesliga, and I think Elliot would thrive in a team like Leverkusen. In some ways, it's like he can just slot right into to where Wirtz was playing. It would be like a seamless transition for Leverkusen. When we were again I can't find it now, but there was something about Wirtz potentially being a part exchange deal, and somebody and they didn't say who the somebody was, but somebody will go the other way, and we're saying could it be Elliot, could it be Kwanzaa? But I think if it is Elliot, I think that would be good for Elliot's career to play in the Bundesliga. Bundesliga seems like a league where kind of young English players, like your Jadon Sanchos, like your Jude Bellinghams, it feels like a league where young English players are given that space and that breathing room to kind of flourish. And I think it would be a fantastic move for Elliot, and it would bring down the Wirtz fee as well. Instead of 100 million on Wirtz, like 50 plus Elliot, 60 plus Elliot, something like that. Yeah, 100%. As kind of Pixels said there, I think Elliot being a main man in Bundesliga would be cool. Indeed, it would. Give me 1 second. I don't know why that's getting. Oh fucking hell! I don't know why that's getting cut off there. There you go. That's much better. It's just on the vertical stream. Kind of. Pixel's message was getting cut off. Much better now. Fix that. Yeah, Baron's interesting crisp flavor. Yeah, he could go the other way. I think Harvey Elliott plus 80 million seems a bit excessive. I think if you can get it in the 60s range, it'll be party time. 80 million plus Harvey. I think we can do a bit of work on that and get the fee down a bit. The story about 300 million is so pathetic because you pay a player wages irrespective of the fee. True. And I guess the other side of the coin is City have been paying high wages to De Bruyne, have been paying high wages to Haaland. Is that Haaland on like £1 million a week? £1 million a week, which is 52 million a year, and he's on like an 8-year contract. That's 400 million. Add to that his fee. I mean, yeah, there's probably more in that than we are led to believe. Slot's been relying on Elliot less than Klopp did. Yeah, I think it's clear. It's clear based on the evidence of this season that Slot don't like Elliot. And it's a shame. Me personally, I like Elliot. I have a kind of bit of a soft spot for Elliot. I like the fact that he's a fan. I like his attitude. But it's clear that Slot kind of don't really fancy him. And again, it's a shame because I feel like against Brighton, he was very good. Had a goal and an assist. Salah's wages has exceeded his transfer fee and then some. Wirtz told City to take a hike. Yeah, I presume he didn't really want to, I presume he kind of didn't really want to go there, to be honest. Let's be honest. Haaland is on 500 grand per week, 9-year contract. Yeah. So what's that? That's going to be like, what's 500 times 52? 26 million a year. 26 times. Yeah, you'd be looking at about kind of 234 million there. So kind of similar sort of figures. I don't think this will be a thing every year. We are currently building into the future, so we might just add 1 or 2 players next summer. But yeah, building into the future. Yeah, I hear you. I don't think there will be kind of quite such big windows next year, if you know what I mean, like from a financial perspective and from a kind of outlay perspective. But I would like to see the pattern resume. And by the pattern, I mean getting stuff done early. You know what I mean? So I'd like to see the way of working or the way the team conducts their business. I'd like that to repeat, even if we don't buy another Wirtz next season, which we probably won't, because we are kind of buying Wirtz partly because we can kind of sell players. I mean, if we didn't have players to sell, we wouldn't be buying Wirtz, right? So when I kind of said I'd like to kind of see it repeat next year, I don't expect, okay, next year we'll get Yamal and the year after that we'll get Rafinha. It's more, I'd like to see us being alert, being on the ball, being organized, having kind of video prepared so that when we talk to these players, we can get them in early so that we can have a full preseason. I'm sick of the kind of excuse that we've heard in the past years of kind of, so-and-so didn't really succeed because he didn't have a full preseason. The fact that we're kind of getting stuff sorted early this year is a positive, and I hope to kind of see it continue. Leighton, aka Dexter, aka Rollerford, says, yo, how's it going, Leighton? Hope you're good. Hope you're doing well. It's always been done early with Michael Edwards in charge. Yeah, that's kind of one of his strengths. And I think again we were kind of talking about this. Again, we were kind of talking about this a bit earlier. Michael Edwards, he's a stereotypical nerd, but he's not a nice guy. He's a bit kind of. Maybe ruthless is too strong a word, but he's decisive with respect to who he doesn't want and who he doesn't want. Who he wants and who he doesn't want. So I think those combinations of the two attributes that Michael Edwards has, number one, he's a data nerd. Number two, he's kind of ruthless. That should hopefully mean next year this pattern kind of resumes. Because let's be honest, we all like Elliot, but if Klopp was here and Michael Edwards was not here, Elliot wouldn't be going. Kwanzaa wouldn't be going. Nunez wouldn't be going. Let's be honest. So I feel like Klopp's relationship with the players was his strength in many aspects, but I feel like in kind of many other aspects, it could also be a weakness. Leighton's buying Liverpool flags today. Very nice. In preparation for tomorrow. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Really looking forward to it. The Caicedo saga and stuff was Klopp and the German guy. Yeah, what was his name? Fuck, what was his name? Jörg Schmatke. Yeah, Klopp's mate. Yeah, but stuff like that. You've hit the nail on the head as to kind of what I was trying to sum up in terms of, okay, here's randomly, we're just going to chuck 110 million pounds on a random player who doesn't even want to come to us and has been talking to somebody else. It's like, I don't know. It's like Scarlett Johansson is already engaged to somebody else, and the day before she gets married, we go and propose to her. Like, what is she gonna say? Like, no, I've already got somebody else. Like, why are you doing this the day before? It's just silly. It just kind of reeked of bad planning, and it just kind of reeked of desperation. So, what I'd kind of hope is kind of once this window is kind of done with, then the kind of data modeling and the algorithms are used for whoever's going to bring in next season, so that this pattern repeats. And the advantage is, like, when we get to watch the pre-season games, we will have the full squad, so we can see how it's going to work. It makes pre-season more exciting for us as well, because it won't be a case of, we still don't have a midfielder, we still don't have a striker. Like, day one of pre-season, you've got all your players in, and you can be excited. What I quite like about pre-season is on the Liverpool website. I think if you get like a 1 month membership, it's like £5 a month on the Liverpool website, you can watch all the pre-season games. So every year for 1 month, I get the Liverpool online membership, just for that one month to watch the pre-season games. And like for this year, I'm going to be really excited. Last year I bought it just to see how kind of Slot would how Slot would look, and yeah, this year I'm super excited to kind of see it. When this window is done, it haven't even opened. I love this. I miss the Edwards working on deals. Yeah, I miss us being like a well-run club, a structured club, a club, and what that kind of gives you confidence on as well. The fact that we're wrapping these deals up now means that the team has been working on this all year. They've been working on this all year. You know what I mean? It isn't just a case of they just randomly chucked money on Caicedo. That gives you confidence that in September, in October, when the official party line, well, I don't know why I still got Trent up. That gives you confidence that kind of in September, in October, in November, when they were saying that you know what, we want to assess the squad first and then we'll take action later, that gives us confidence that they were actually doing that. So it gives us confidence that they are planning all year long, which is why we see the results so early. Other teams that haven't even moved yet, and we're making big moves, which is pretty amazing. Ten Hag looks like he's about to join Leverkusen. Jesus Christ. I think pretty much all their players will probably wanna escape. Yeah, I see it. Here, as Pixel said. Bayer Leverkusen reach agreement in principle to install Erik ten Hag as head coach. Now documentation stage as Bayer Leverkusen work to finalize appointment of 55-year-old Dutchman following the departure of Alonso. What a kind of glow down, right? Like going from Alonso to Ten Hag. It just feels like going from, it feels like going from steak to cat food. That's a bit harsh, but you know what I mean. I mean, I hope Elliot still wants to go there. Let's not joke. If Chelsea had walked away from the deal after we outbid them, Caicedo would be at Liverpool. He would. I guess my kind of concern was that deal was so far down the line that there was very little chance of them walking out. You know what I mean? Whereas if we had tried to get our foot in the door around March time, maybe we would have had more time to indoctrinate him and get him to join Liverpool instead. But I just feel like we went too late there. We can wrap them up and just sit there and laugh at rivals' deals and stuff like we were able to do before. Yeah. Get our business done early. We can put our feet up, and then we can enjoy pre-season. Yeah, and Leighton's aka Dexter, aka Rollerfoot, has summed it up there. Never been more impressed with Liverpool fixing their mistakes last season with striker problems. Yeah, we're a lot more organised now. We have a management structure in place that extends above the head coach. We've got, and as I always say, head coach, sporting director, then a technical director, then a CEO. All these nerds are cooking. And of course, the head coach at the bottom still has a say and is still a very important part of the entire jigsaw. But the point is, the head coach isn't the jigsaw himself. He's just part of it. And that's why I think they also went with Slot, someone who they'd get on with. I'm sure they have disagreements. That's normal. But I think his character was part of the reason he was recruited, not just his ability there. 10 gag, yeah. That's a nice name for him. I didn't think of that, Imagine if Arsenal win the Champions League before the men's. That would be another reason to banter Arsenal. We've already got a situation where Spurs have won a European trophy. I know we mentioned the Cup Winners' Cup the other day, but Spurs have won a UEFA Cup before Arsenal have done. Let's check Fabrizio and see if there's any more deals happening. Can have a look. Probably not, because it would be top of the... That's the one from yesterday, when I think I was playing games and trying to climb up a thing, and I was being told, oh my God, have you heard about Wirtz? And I'm like, yeah, I have, with like a controller in my hand. But I think that's the one from yesterday. Liverpool have made a formal approach. You've seen that one. Luka Modric, don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. Modric and Cruz there. There's just a bit more on the Ten Hag deal. Yeah, nothing about any new deals. But this is interesting. So Garnacho is going to be out. Lindelof will also be out. Lindelof's going to go on a free. I mean, the more players that leave on a free, I think the worse off they will be. He never had a face like that when he joined. I do not recall his face ever looking like that when he joined. Face of regret, face of, yeah. Like, if we Google, right, Ruben Amorim, I bet he's gonna be smiling in like every picture. A significant portion. He looks pretty happy there. To be fair, he looks like he just looks like he's concentrating in most of them. Yeah. Look at this. That's when you take the job. That's when you take the job. Smiling, I mean, pretty good pretty good skin, pretty good hair. I mean, there's not kind of much to kind of complain about there. Skin is glowing, teeth look in good condition. Meanwhile, a few months into the job, I think a couple of hairs are missing along the front there. Maybe starting to bald a bit slightly. Skin don't look as good. More lines in the forehead. So enjoy it. I do feel bad for him. I hate to say this, but he does seem like a good person. I hate to say that, but he does seem like a good person. Yeah, the whole package with Slot. Yeah, you got everything. Pretty much the whole package. Yeah, I'd say. Liverpool goals says Wirtz. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't remember. Even though he's a young player, I'd say he's a world class player, and he's a world class player with his best years ahead of him. And I would argue the last time we bought a world class player with his best years ahead of him, could it be Suarez or Torres? One of those two. And that was at least a decade ago, or Torres 2 decades ago. So yeah, exciting times. Yeah, face of regret, no more smiles. That's true. He did choose to go there. I mean, we were linked with him last year, weren't we? But we decided no, because it's going to take a significant amount of money to play his style, and it looks like we were right. Oh, and as Liverpool Gold said there, lol, to think that we were interested in Amorim, and the reason why he's not at Liverpool is because we did not want to settle for 3 at the back, one trick pony, or is he a three trick pony? but yeah, I think the official story goes that kind of when they met him, they were impressed with his tactical acumen. They were impressed with his ability to improve young players, but they just felt they would have to invest a significant amount of money to play his system. You'd need to kind of buy extra centre backs. It just wouldn't work. And then he did the whole thing where like he went to West Ham. Do you remember he started negotiating with the West Ham to try and put pressure on Liverpool? And then Liverpool were like, nah, you can F off. We'll have this bold, slightly overweight Dutch guy instead. Look how it worked out. We could never have imagined it would work out this well. And you know what? In the future, it will probably never work out this well again. So let's enjoy it. Let's enjoy it. AFC.Dave says that Amorim was never a good manager, just was farming in the Portuguese league. It's certainly starting to look like that. People have made comparisons with Ruben Amorim and kind of Andre Villas-Boas. Remember that guy who was the next big thing, and then he came to Chelsea and he was trash. I think inevitably he will get sacked from Man United. I don't think it will be in the summer, but probably by Christmas he'll probably get sacked. He'll probably then have a break. I'd then like to see him Not go back to Portugal, maybe go to Spain or maybe go to another Premier League club. Maybe even like a West Ham or something, I don't know. And then, you know what I mean? Then we'll get a better idea. Then we get a better idea. I think Portuguese league can sting us to a certain degree, and Liverpool have been stung by the Portuguese league as well. There was a certain Uruguayan striker who looked absolutely amazing in the Portuguese league, and then as soon as he came to Liverpool, he was rubbish in Darwin Núñez. So yeah, I'm a bit wary of the Portuguese league myself. Yeah, Suarez is probably the last kind of world class player that we signed, who we could say had his best years ahead of him. I think Amarim was just a smokescreen while they did more research of Arne Slot. Could be, could could certainly be that. Lenin Moreno era Pragia says Robo El Real Trampas. I don't know what trampas means, but it doesn't sound like a nice word. Is it saying Robertson is a tramp? Trampas meaning. Trampas is like a trick. What does that mean? Robertson's a trick. Interesting. Darwin Núñez was another club signing. He was. I think Klopp, fantastic manager, fantastic man, fantastic kind of motivator, fantastic man manager. But I don't think identifying new players was necessarily his strength. I think his strength was improving the players that were already at the team. Yeah, Núñez. I've been scarred from the Portuguese league. Yeah, we would 100% never gone for Núñez if Edwards was here. I think a lot of the data team was still around after Edwards left, and I think a lot of them were confused. Can you give me like 5 minutes? My food shopping has just been delivered. I need to put it in the fridge and the freezer. I'll be like 5 minutes. I don't know if you heard the doorbell. That's my food. I was too lazy to go to the shop, so I've ordered my food online. Just give me 2 seconds or 5 minutes because I need to put some in the fridge. Sorry about that. Haven't been feeling too well this week, so I just ordered my food shopping online. Oh God. Liverpool Goals TV says chimes. Yeah, that's my doorbell. Did you hear it? It's actually downstairs. It's a video doorbell thing, but it does have like a real. It's like a USB thing, but it makes a chime sound. I can actually change that if I wanted to. Ah, interesting. I had a soft spot for Dortmund as a kid. And that soft spot for Dortmund turned into a soft spot for Liverpool after Klopp went over. Makes sense. But Atletico Nacional is my true love, my first love. Yeah, imagine Arsenal female team actually win the Champions League before the men. But the thing is, right, if Arsenal's female team wins the Champions League, will Arteta? I feel like Arteta will still count it as a he's the type of guy to still count it as a Champions League for Arsenal. That's just the type of guy he is. Yeah, he 100% probably will. He's shameless. He can't Community Shields and preseason and whatnot. Their club will never progress until they get rid of him. Pixel says, I'm rooting for Arsenal. Barcelona are too dominant in women's football. I'll be honest, I have absolutely no clue about this Barcelona women's team. Did they kind of win everything? And Football Club Barcelona Femini is a Spanish professional women's team based in Barcelona, Catalonia. It's the women's football team. Competes in Liga F. Oh wow, they do seem to be winning pretty much everything. Yeah, he will claim that title. He's a shameless manager, shameless individual. Everything about Arteta is just kind of shameless. That's what I'm very excited to kind of see. What will the starting lineup look like next season? Will Maka and Wirtz both play 10s, or will Wirtz play winger, or will Wirtz play striker maybe? Will he play like a false 9? Or will Wirtz play number 10 and then Szoboszlai play behind him? I've got absolutely no idea. And you're right about that as well. Good thing is Wirtz can play anywhere top 3. Yeah. He will play. He's both footed. Which I think would help. He can play on the right. He can play on the left. He can play centrally. He can play striker. That's 4 positions in the team he can play. He can play on the right winger. He can play left. He can play as striker. He can play number 10. So he can play 4 positions. I think that might have swung it for John Henry. Do you have a site where you can show us our formation and stuff? I'll try. There's this one that I know of. It's not the best one, but it's better than nothing, right? I think what we'll do for the summer is I know there's better websites where you can kind of move things around, and I think for the summer we'll try and find some of those. But let me just fix it on the horizontal. This is the thing. I do like streaming in horizontal and vertical, but then I have two things to fix. That's horizontal sorted, that's vertical sorted. Yeah. Wirtz, what a player. Been watching a lot of comps lately. His dribbling, his dribbling's very good. The ball kind of sticks to his feet like it's magnetic to a certain degree. Gives me Coutinho vibes. Yeah, he's like I think it might have been Red Rebellion earlier who said he's a bit like Coutinho on steroids. He's like a new evolved version, like a version 2 of Coutinho. Like if Coutinho's like it's like Coutinho is like an Android phone, but Wirtz is like iPhone 16 Pro Max. It's like a similar sort of thing, but like it's like a more advanced version. Formation 4-2-3-1. Okay, let's start with 4-2-3-1. If I can figure this effing thing out. Ooh, let's give it a title. Subtitle: No rats allowed. Good. There we go. How do we change the formation on this? There we go. So you said 4-2-3-1. Okay, we'll start with 4-2-3-1. So it's probably good. Yeah, I mean it's going to be Allison, right? Clearly. I mean this is how it, some of these will kind of pick themselves, I think. He's going to be like that. Gonna be like that. Yeah, we'll try changing it to 4-2-4 later. And then we'll see how that looks, and does that look any better or does it look worse? We'll play about a bit. So yeah, 100% Allison. KONATE. Oh gee, I wonder who's gonna be in the. Nah, I'm just messing with you. It's not gonna be Konza. Yeah. I think that back. Yeah, we've also played 4-2-2-2. In certain cases, in kind of certain games, it kind of looks like we've got like three at the back, but the team builds up in kind of lots of different ways. So I think that as the back line, I think that looks good because it's similar to what we had this year. So we're not changing a winning formula too much, but equally it rejuvenates the area where everyone feels like we needed to strengthen. Now this is where it gets a bit tricky. let's do this. Should we do this first based on how the squad is right now, if you know what I mean? And we'll include Frimpong, we'll include Kirkes, and we'll include Florian Wirtz. Sinus says Gravi Maka. Pixel says Gravenberg. Yep. We're both you guys on that. Yeah. The only thing I was thinking, and again, we'll see this when. Unfortunately, I don't know if you can do it on this website. Oh no, I can move shit. Sorry, I can move stuff around. What I was gonna say is, during the game, could like that happen? You know what I mean? During the game, could that happen? Yeah, that's our build up, yeah. Interesting. Let's put it back for now. And then we can move the again, I've probably packed it a bit too close there, but never mind. Right wing, oh gee, I wonder who this is gonna be. Yeah, that's the way we kind of build up, yeah. 3 back and 7 up top, yeah. Gravenberch kind of sits in a bit deeper, allows the fullbacks to kind of get forward. Seems pretty sensible, really. We would like to pin in the opponent, yeah, not give them any room to breathe. So I'd put Salah there. As we have Pixel in the chat, we must put Luis Diaz in there. I'm just trying to think. Again, let's just do this for now. Does that look realistic? Something like that? That could be another way. Again, I don't know, to be honest. That's kind of why I'm kind of so excited for pre-season. I've not been this excited for pre-season in a long while. This Real Madrid game still going, but never mind. It could be something like that. 100% agreed. That could be a way we play. That could work. 4-2-2-2. Swapping McAllister with Szoboszlai. Okay, that would be interesting. So something like that too. You might be onto something there. I think you might be onto something there. And I think the reason for that is, firstly, Szoboszlai did play deeper versus Brighton and he did look really, really good. And I think additionally, now you have like a crazy workhorse in the back line of the midfield in Szoboszlai, and then you got a technical player there, and you also have a crazy workhorse in Wirtz. You also have a crazy workhorse in Wirtz, and then the technical player in McAllister. So maybe like this actually. It probably doesn't make too much of a difference, but maybe something like that. I feel like Gravenberch is technical, Wirtz is a workhorse. He's technical as well, but just for the purposes of this point. McAllister is technical, Szoboszlai is a workhorse. So you got workhorse and technical in the back two, and you got workhorse and technical in the front too. Yeah. Yeah. Let Szoboszlai be the 8. Hampy says, honestly, rotate McAllister and Szoboszlai. Let them share the 8. We don't want to be in England who tried. Interesting. We don't want to be... Oh, right. So you're saying we don't want to be in England who tried to jam all the players in to get all the best players on the pitch. So are you saying there, Hampy, based on the game, certain games... Szoboszlai plays here. Certain games, McAllister plays there instead. So let's pretend it's who else have we got in midfield? Let me just again. I'm perhaps being a bit. How do I change this? I'm perhaps being a bit too exotic here. But if we change this to Shirky, and it hasn't effing changed it to Shirky, all it does is change the guy's name. Again, we're just having fun here. So I think what Hampy might be saying, and correct me if you're wrong, in certain games it will be that, and in certain games it will be that. Oh Jesus, he's McAllister. Not McAllister, but McAllister. So I think he's saying rotate the 8. And I guess there's scope to rotate all these positions to a certain degree. Honestly, the season requires depth, and Wirtz is our next superstar. He is. When Salah, in some ways, even though they don't necessarily play the same position, I feel like Wirtz is kind of the heir to Salah, even though they're not the same position, but you know what I mean. So let's say Salah, say on the left here, there's a plane to Saudi, and Salah catches his plane to Saudi. Wirtz will maybe then be... Again, not necessarily central, but he will be quote unquote the big star in the team. And this is what we always cry about, right? We always kind of say we need to get the next generation in, whilst the existing generation is already here, so they can learn off each other. But yeah, I hear you. Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you that, Josh. It was just I just wanted to think of a different person, just to kind of explain Hampy's point. Because Hampy was saying rotate McAllister and Szoboszlai in the 8. So for the purposes of this discussion, again, even though he won't necessarily be here, even though I don't think he's here, just basically somebody there so that McAllister and Szoboszlai could rotate there. Pixel says Szoboszlai's work rate is really good with him being deeper. Leaves more creativity for Wirtz and McAllister. Plus McAllister can play the 10 role and Wirtz can flow everywhere with Diaz and Salah cutting in. I think the Diaz and Salah cutting in point is really important. And do you know why it's really important? Because these two MFers are going to be doing this the entire damn game. They're going to be doing this the entire damn game. Our friend from the Netherlands is going to be doing this the entire game. And our buddy from Hungary, whoever it is going to be doing this the entire damn game. And I think when they do this, and again, I'm just doing this for argument's sake, that then pulls the fullback out to the fullback's left. That pulls the fullback out to the fullback's right, which then lets Diaz and Salah get even more central. And then it kind of looks like a bit of a Christmas tree to a certain degree. It kind of looks like a man deadlifting. But yeah, there's scope for that sort of thing to happen. Yeah, he's the heir to the Salah 100%. No, right. Yeah, that's the subtitle. It said pick a squad title, and I was like, okay. And then it said pick a sub-child. Yeah. Hampy says, play a double pivot. Let Grav sit deep and join a back four similar to Fabinho did Wirtz in the 9. Yeah, that was kind of what we were playing with initially. So let's put this kind of back to how it was. So it's kind of like that. And let's just put Wirtz there for argument's sake. Play a double pivot. So yeah, that's the double pivot there. And we can probably correct this one for argument's sake. Again, we don't know. It could be somebody else, but let's just go with these players for now. Play a double pivot. Let Grav sit deep and join the back four, similar to how Fabinho did Wirtz in the 9. So I think perhaps what Hampy is saying there, McAllister could push on or could at least be a bit more advanced. And I think in many games we do see McAllister as a bit more advanced. But I think the reason why that point is important is because these guys, in terms of Frimpong and your Kirkes, is they're going to be bombing up and down, which then does let Konate go a bit wider, Virgil go a bit wider, and then Wider? Is that a German word? Wider. Or is it like an Indian word? But then it'll let Gravenberch kind of sit in there. And then something like that. Good work. That's an option too. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. How Fabinho used to do it. Mr. Tavares, who do miss greatly, but yeah, I'd like to see some competition brought in for Gravenberch. He's my favorite player, but I don't want his little legs going before he's 25. So we can get some assistance for Gravenberch. That would be really good. Pixel says McAllister and Szoboszlai will need rotation. They're both high working players who are key in their national teams too. Yeah. I think a additional body at the very least in midfield. For me that's a priority. I'm very excited about the fullback. Very excited about Wirtz. Very excited about another attacking player that we'll probably get. But I think another body in midfield who's gonna play. You know what I mean? I don't want like somebody who the manager doesn't like. But I'm sure they would have done their homework. They would have collated data models on each position, and I'm sure we'll have another defensive midfielder for next season. Hampy says, I would love Edison from Atlanta. Yeah, he's very good. That guy, very well rounded. When I've been going for 3 hours, it's hard to get basic English words out. But very well rounded. Yeah. So again, we're just playing about for fun. It's this one over here. That could work. Something like that could work. It'll probably be like that, I think. Like McAllister slightly to the left, Szoboszlai slightly to the right. I think Salah would probably be a bit higher up. Wirtz would maybe be a bit deeper because he's like a false. He can play the false 9 role. Something like that. I appreciate it's kind of top heavy to the right hand side, but you know what I mean. Adam Wharton from Crystal Palace for 60 million. I do like Adam Wharton. He's another good option. He's English too, counts towards the quota and all that fun stuff. Ooh. See, this is when you know I've been going for too long. I can't spell basic words. Adam Wharton as well. What I've noticed as well that if I put like Gravenberch back in, have you noticed like on these pictures, right? Let me just fix this. On these pictures, all the Liverpool players are smiling. Have you noticed that? Alisson smiling, KONATE is smiling, Gravenberch smiling, Van Dijk smiling, McAllister's really smiling, Szoboszlai smiling, Salah's smiling, Diaz is smiling, Kirkes as well, but that's besides the point. But Frimpong and Wirtz don't look very happy. So hopefully next year they will also be smiling. Hint, hint. They must have. It must have been a terrible day in the Leverkusen media room that day, because they look not particularly happy. Adam Wharton is this? Yeah, he's got good. His performance in the final was exquisite, to say the least. Wharton's a very good player. I don't think we'll get him, but I'll be happy if we did. We'll have to watch a lot of German national team football now with Wirtz. Yeah, now we're watching German football. Now we're watching Hungarian football. It's like, yeah, we'll be very busy. It's good because there's chemistry in the squad, 100%. Who was the last German Liverpool had? I was gonna say Klopp as well. Joel Matip. No, Joel Matip was from Cameroon, even though he had a very strong German accent. I don't know if you've ever heard Joel Matip speak, but he's got the best accent. German player. Emre Can. Must be right. He's German. I don't think there was anyone after Shan. Yeah, fair enough. Surprised I remembered that, to be honest. But yeah, this is probably how we will kind of choke teams. Something like that. Only concern is Szoboszlai and Wirtz maybe a bit too close, but I don't know. Probably something like that. In reality, I mean, the issue is this green circle is massive, but in reality, they will take up, like, Szoboszlai's head isn't the size of the center circle. Oh God, you have to remind us of Loris Karius. Oh God, yeah, might be Karius actually. Well, maybe yeah. I mean, it's gotta be Karius, I think. But yeah. That should be it. Should be good. Cool. Well, anyway. Oh, we've got Christian here, the Inter Milan fan, says ciao, dilly ding, dilly dong. Said hi. How you doing, Christian? Hope you're good. Hope you're looking forward to the Champions League final. Commiserations on the league. I think Napoli ended up winning it, but yeah, we will be streaming the Champions League final. So hopefully that's a good result for you there. Fingers crossed. But yeah, cool. So I've been sitting here for 3 hours. Both my legs have gone to sleep. My Apple Watch is complaining that I've barely done anything from an exercise perspective today. So I'm probably gonna scram, but I will be back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow for the Liverpool game. Arsenal goal. Oh, nice. Even though we don't want Barcelona to win, I find it hard to support Arsenal. Will.S7 says, Wirtz up front, he's a box-to-box for Leverkusen. Yeah, I know. We were just kind of playing about with kind of different formations. Originally we kind of had Wirtz kind of over there. We kind of had, I think we had Diaz there. Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't allow to rewind on the TikTok. Yeah, just having a bit of fun, really. Just seeing how things could work. Yeah. So right, Napoli champion in Italy, Internazionale champion in Europa, 3-1. Could happen, mate. Could happen. PSG are tough. But you can do it. Inter are tough as well. So I think you got a good chance. I think you got a good chance. You cannot have 3 Mo Salahs. Fair point. I do think we've been highly reliant. I do think we've been highly reliant on Salah having a generational season this year. Which in all likelihood probably won't happen again. So even though this is a winning team, or even though this year's team has been a winning team, I feel like to kind of move forward, they had to innovate and try and kind of change things, because we can't rely on Salah scoring a gazillion goals again next year. Sky Sport interviewed Arne Slot. Now I'm looking forward to it. I like Slot's approach in interviews. He's quite blunt, and he'll kind of joke around a bit. And yeah, it's refreshing. It's refreshing from the kind of standard robotic answers that you always get, isn't it? Like, it's all about the next game. Oh well, we'll go again next time. It's just pointless. I like when kind of managers and players show their personality a bit. Makes them feel a bit more human. Christian's prediction is a lofty prediction. 3-1 PSG. It's possible. It's possible. Anything's possible, man. Especially in cup football. Especially in cup football. Well, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Yeah, should be back tomorrow. I need to go now because I'm about to hit the 3-hour mark. I've not burned enough calories today. And my watch is gonna come. I've got a streak going, which is on like 700 days, and I don't want to lose it now. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Lautaro, Thuram, Barella. Quality players, mate. Quality players. Bastoni as well. Like, you got a good team. Let's see what happens. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Liverpool game, 4 o'clock. If any of you guys are around. 4 o'clock UK time. If any of you guys are around. But yeah, we'll catch up soon, I'm sure. And yeah, we'll go from there. Cool. I'm not making any sense, so I'm gonna go. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, guys. Cheers.